My dear friends, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you all, and I would like to make request to you all to watch this video till end, because I am coming today with very interesting topic that is known as ancient Indian schools. So today we'll discuss about the ancient Indian schools. As we know, in ancient time in our India, there were two systems of school. The first one is the first system of schools is known as Orthodox system of Indian schools, and the other one is heterodox system of ancient Indian schools. So these schools are known as ancient Indian schools. So we'll see today the school of heterodox system of Indian schools. First we'll try to know what are these schools, what is their basic, right? So we'll discuss this two system of Indian schools. As I said, the first one is known as Orthodox system of Indian schools. This system has got 6 schools, namely Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Mimamsa and Vedanta. Mimamsa is known as Purva Mimamsa and Vedanta is also known as Uttara Mimamsa. So these are the schools of Orthodox system, and now we'll see the schools of heterodox system. Heterodox system has got 3 schools, namely charvaka school, Jaina school and Buddha school. In other words, charvaka, Jainism and Buddhism. So today we'll discuss on the schools of heterodox. The first among 3. First one is, as I said, charvaka. So we'll try to know about the charvaka. Charvaka, it means to chew. Char means to chew or to eat, and vaka means word. So in that way, the main philosophical idea is to eat, drink and make merry. The main idea is to have pleasure, to live happily in this world. They do not bother about the metaphysical reality. Only their main purpose is to eat, drink and make merry. So we'll try to know the origin and the names of charvaka. We do not find more about charvaka. We do not find the source from where it was originated. Just we got something about the charvaka and its origin because some other thinkers of Indian philosophy have criticized on the philosophical idea of charvaka. So we get something about charvaka from the criticism of other Indian thinkers. So let us see charvaka. Charvaka is associated with a seer whose name was Brihaspati, who was a priest of demon god. And this priest, he misguided the good spirit by teaching them the idea of materialism. And therefore, this school is known as materialistic. As we know, in Western term, they are known as hedonism and Epicureanism, whose main philosophical idea is to eat, to drink and make merry, enjoy the life. This is the main philosophical idea of charvaka. So these charvaka, they speak on epistemology, metaphysics, cosmology and ethics. So we'll discuss one by one. What is their main idea on epistemology, metaphysics, cosmology and ethics? So let us see epistemology. We all know, according to Indian philosophy, there are 10 valid sources of knowledge, and these sources of knowledge or these pramanas are known as the source of knowledge. Whatever knowledge they get through all these 10 pramanas, they take it as real knowledge. But we'll discuss here only 4. We'll discuss only 4 pramanas, 4 sources of knowledge, and they are: the first one is pratyaksha, means perception. The second one is shabda, means testimony. Then third one is anumana, means inference. Then fourth one is upamana, means comparison. You know, charvaka school only accept one pramana, that is pratyaksha, means perception. You know, pratyaksha means it is related to 5 senses of human being. Human have 5 senses, and all these 5 senses are known as mouth, means tongue, ear, nose, eyes and touch, skin. So whatever person perceive through all these 5 senses are known as real knowledge. If I see something, if I hear something, if I taste something, or if I feel touch of something else, or if I smell something else, these are the real knowledge for me. Whereas if I do not hear, if I do not see, or if I do not taste, and so these are not the real knowledge for me. So this idea that charvaka is having, right? So only the charvaka accepts pratyaksha, perception, as pramana of real knowledge. So this is about epistemology. Now let us discuss about the metaphysics. What is the idea of metaphysics according to charvaka? You know, charvakas, they do not believe the reality of metaphysics, and here we have to understand term metaphysics. You know, meta means beyond, and physics means object or physics or any material, right? So metaphysics means the reality beyond the physics, beyond the material, right? So according to charvaka, they do not believe the reality of metaphysics for them, and we know that metaphysical realities are, in other philosophy we find the metaphysical realities are hell, heaven, God, spirit and all these, right? So these charvaka, they do not believe in the metaphysical realities. They do not believe in the existence of God, in the existence of a spirit, in the existence of hell and heaven. You know, they reject all this. And from where do we get this rejection of the reality of metaphysics? We get from their pramana they accept, that is pratyaksha, perception. You know, these realities are not perceived through the 5 senses of human being, and therefore there are no existence of such metaphysical realities. There is no existence of God, spirit, heaven and hell. So this group of people, they do not believe in the reality, in the metaphysical reality, and they say no, it cannot be perceived through our five senses, and therefore such kind of realities do not exist, right? So according to them, what do they say about God, spirit, and heaven and hell? They say, God cannot be seen, God cannot be perceived through our five senses, therefore He does not exist, right? And you talk about hell. What is hell? There is no existence of hell, because the hell cannot be seen. We have not seen hell. It is not seen through our five senses, therefore hell and heaven does not exist. Hell is that we feel hell is this, that we human beings have pain and suffering. That means we have hell. We are living in hell. There is no such existence of hell. Hell is on this earth. Hell means our own pains and suffering. So this is hell for them. And they say no spirit, because spirit is also not seen. Therefore there is no spirit. And this philosophy and these people have rejected the existence of the reality of metaphysics. So these metaphysical realities are just imaginations for them. They have said no, this is just the imaginations of human being. They thought of it and they have given it to the world, and therefore such metaphysical realities do not exist, but just it is an imagination of human being. There is no such existence of such metaphysical realities. So this is about the metaphysics. Now let us try to know about the cosmology. What is their main idea on the cosmology? These charvaka have said there are 4 gross elements, and these 4 gross elements are water, fire and air. And these earth, water, fire and air are eternal. They are existing from eternity. There is no one's hand in creation of these 4 gross elements. According to Western term, we can know that these are called arche. But the combination of all these 4 elements, the entire universe came into existence. Even we human beings also, that we are the combination of all these 4 elements: earth, water, fire and air. So earth, water, fire and air, they combine together and our body is formed. And the moment our body is formed, there is the emergence of consciousness. So according to them, consciousness is not existing outside of the body, but the consciousness is the part of body. The moment 4 gross elements came together, there was an emergence of consciousness, and this consciousness is just part of body. And further they say consciousness is nothing but it is the awareness and the part of human being. The moment consciousness is broken down, human being is dead. So therefore these charvaka on cosmology, they say that these 4 elements are eternal, coming from eternity, existing from eternity, and by the combination of all these 4 gross elements, entire universe has come into existence. So let us discuss now about ethics. What is their view and idea on ethics? So according to Indian philosophy, we know that there are purusharthas, and there are 4 purusharthas, and these 4 purusharthas are: first one is known as dharma, second one is known as artha, third one is known as kama, and fourth one is known as moksha. So we have to understand these terms. Dharma means to act good, to perform good, and artha means to acquire wealth, properties for one's survival, for one's surviving on this material world. And kama means to have pleasure of desire, to have sexual desire, to fulfill the sexual desires, and to have pleasure on this world while living. And last one, the fourth one is moksha. Moksha is liberation. One has to be liberated from the pains and suffering, from the bondage of cycle of birth and death, right? So according to charvaka, they hold only to two, and they are known as artha and kama. Means artha means to acquire the properties, wealth for one's surviving, right? So their main purpose is to acquire wealth, to acquire properties for one's surviving. They do not bother the way, how should they acquire. They do not bother how should they acquire the things from this world. They may cheat, they may steal, that is their main purpose. They do not bother about you, they do not bother about the good and bad of the nature. They may acquire the things which is illegal, but for them that becomes legal, right? So this is artha. And kama. Kama means sexual desire, for them to fulfill all the desires of oneself. If someone have to have sex, can have sex, does not bother about anyone. Only their main purpose is to have pleasure. But anyway, it can be any means, it can be any ways to get pleasure, but they have to have pleasure on their lives. So that is their main purpose, right? And here we have to understand one more interesting ethics for them, that is means full happiness. How one can get full happiness or highest kind of happiness. For them, for charvaka, very interesting idea they hold, that is in order to get highest level of happiness, one has to have sex while use of girl. So for them, women are the highest level of elements which can give them highest level of pleasure, that is sexual pleasure. So for them, this idea that means any highest level of happiness can be gained through girls. Girls can be used as means, and the highest level of happiness can be gained through means through girls. So this is their main idea. So this is about the charvaka. Just we talked about charvaka, their idea on metaphysics, on epistemology, on ethics, on cosmology. So these are the ideas of charvaka philosophy.